Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between. Jagged Boys got a sports show, and you are tuning into that sports show. How was your weekend? Did your team win? What'd you do? This episode is going to be a little bit different because I did not watch a lot of football this weekend. As y'all heard on the announcement portion of the shows last week, I got married. I don't know why my voice is shaky like I'm going to cry. I got married, and this show is just going to be kind of like me talking about it, me putting a lot of like thoughts out into the universe. So, not a lot of sports. Yeah, there's some news going down that's probably going to be put out tomorrow. Of course, the prediction bot is going to come out on Thursday. Um, so yeah, if you're not into my life, I guess just don't tune into this one. But I felt like I need to put something out today. I wasn't going to put anything out until tomorrow, but um, I need to be consistent if I want to grow this. So let's talk about my wedding day. And it was weird. It started off pretty bad. Um, and I don't want to make it seem um like someone died or anything. Thursday. So the plan was Thursday I was gonna go up to the church and get married, and then on Friday we were gonna drive up to this barn that my dad had gotten and have the whole reception over there. And for those of you watching, yes, that is my ring, and that the reason there's this elastic band under it is going to be explained. But Thursday, we are supposed to go have dinner with her parents, and I'm all dressed up, got the blue button down, black tie, black pants, dress shoes, styling, high flying. You know what I'm saying? Um, And I go to get in the car, and the pants pretty much split in half, dude. Split in half, brother. I was feeling handsome. I was feeling good looking. You know what I'm saying? My hair was done did. My hair was done did. You understand that? My hair was done did, and my pants split in half. So immediately, I like walk in, and I'm pissed off, and she follows me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, not gonna do anything. Let's just cancel tonight and let's just do something tomorrow. She didn't let me. So I got married in a t-shirt, joggers, and slides. How you doing? And went out to dinner, and then we went to the church. And when we get to the church, we realize that we forgot the rings at the house. So not only am I getting married in joggers and a t-shirt, but now my uncle came in clutch, and that's what the elastic band is. My uncle makeshift a ring out of some, like, you know the masks we had to wear back in the day, back in that year. Um, the elastic bands that would go over your ears. He had some masks in the car, and he just cut up the part that goes over your ear and made it into a little ring. And the reason I still wear it on my finger was, before the wedding, I sat in the car in the parking lot of the church. And I looked at, my now wife, and I was like, I want you to have a wedding that means something and that makes you feel like a princess. Like, I don't want to give you this. Me getting married in a t-shirt and joggers, makeshift rings, like I want to give you something to be proud of. And then after the wedding, we were driving home, and she saw me smiling. She was like, what's up? Of course, like, I know we just got married, but what's up? And I said that I don't know if I'd want it any other way. I don't know. It's got a certain charm to it. Kind of everything thrown together. Just Whoever can show up because originally the plan was just to have the Friday party and me and her would get married at the courthouse. But then she hung out with her Grammy, and her Grammy was like, she knows the pastor of her church. She's actually related to the pastor of the church, so we can just do it Friday night. So it was kind of thrown together last minute. Whoever could show up just showed up. Makeshift rings, you know what I'm saying? Torn up pants, getting married in a t-shirt and joggers. I don't know. It had its own little charm to it, and I don't know if I'd want to get married any other way. You know what I mean? So we leave, you know, go to sleep, wake up, do some last minute shopping, and then go up to my dad's barn. Or it's not my dad's barn, but it's a barn in the small town that he lives in that is completely for free. It's a nice little venue that is completely free. It's just booked out all year. So you got to book it like months in advance. And again, it wasn't big. Um, we just went up there and we had a good time. I had my friend and his lady come up from Memphis, and we just had a good time. My buddy was there from Cookeville that I hadn't seen in a while. Some of her family was there, and we weren't really expecting some of her family to be there. It was fun. It was fun. We ate cake. Her Grammy works at a barbecue place, and they catered for, no charge. Had some ribs, some brisket, some chicken, some potatoes that everybody fell in love with, green beans, white beans, um, and then some chess squares, in which, oh my God, the way her grandmother makes chess squares is out of this world. Is out of this world. They're so good. And my grandfather made red velvet with some strawberry filling. It was a black cake because my lady really wanted kind of a Halloween themed wedding. We got gifts. I was not expecting gifts. I know usually you get like the bride and groom a wedding gift, but I really wasn't expecting gifts. We got a printer, we got a pressure cooker, and then we got a rock from my little brother Wyatt. Um, and we got $750 in cash. $750 in cash, in which I'm ashamed to admit that we blew through it, which really sucks. Which really, really sucks. I always look at her and we struggle for money a lot, and every time we get a little extra cash, we blow it, and every time after, I feel like shit, and I feel like I should put my foot down more. But we never get to go on like shopping sprees, and we never get to go do things. So when we have the ability to, we just do it. And it was fun. It was a good weekend. We got an Xbox for, an Xbox One that we've been playing the past couple days. We got some clothes. Um, because I don't know if y'all notice when you watch the video podcast, I don't have a big wardrobe. I have maybe 5 shirts, a pair of blue jeans, a couple pairs of joggers, and some shorts. Like I don't have a lot of clothes. Um, but it really sucks that we blew through $750. We still have 200 and something left. So it's not like we blew through all of it. And we're really going to try to save that 200, but it still feels like shit because we still blew through $500. And I don't want to turn this into a downer. So, so after the party, I had my buddy from Memphis. He came back to the house because he really didn't want to, you know, drive to and from Memphis in a day, and he had some stuff planned with his parents over the weekend, so he decided to stay the night, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty sick. Me, him, my other buddy is said who lives with me, and Andrew is his name. I'll just start using his name. Andrew lives in Memphis now with his lady. His lady. We all sat down. We all played board games until like 2 in the morning. There was this one game called Truth or Drink. I don't know if y'all have ever played it. It's a game that is supposed to be played with like a close group of friends, and it can get really funny, and then it can get really, really serious. And I love stuff like that. And I love having a group of friends to which you can be silly and you could be energetic and funny and whatever, but also you could flip it almost immediately and have really serious conversations and conversations that bond you. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the questions were like, "Oh, who's the biggest thief of the group? Oh, who's like the most sexual of the group?" But some of them were like, you know, what's one thing? And the way we played it is we had someone read the question and then all of us gave an answer and they would just give the point to who they thought the best answer was, right? So Andrew got a question where it was, what's one thing you do that's healthy that you don't think a lot of other people do? And my answer was self reflect because I feel like I self reflect a lot. Sometimes I never really change what I self reflect on, and I got to fix that. But I feel like a lot of people point fingers when something bad happens to them, right? They like to point fingers and they like to blame the world, or they just try to find some excuse to get by. And um, I don't really do that. Every time something bad happens, my brain jumps to that. My brain jumps to like, well, if you didn't do this, or if because you did this or whatever. But after I sit down and I really think, like, what did I do? What could I have changed in that moment? You know what I'm saying? And my buddy said some like aggressive yoga, but he was dead serious about it. Um, and my buddy's lady, she said like working on her self esteem because she feels like a lot of people sit down and wither about how much of a about how ugly they are or whatever, and she really tries to work on that. It was a good bonding question. It was very fun. And like I said, I really enjoy those moments more than, sitting around and bullshitting with my friends. I really enjoy the moments where we just bond, when we just get a little vulnerable like that. You know what I mean? And it broke my heart that one of the questions, it was her, Andrew's lady, and she had the question of like, what did you do to try and impress me? And I she wanted to skip over it because me and Zed don't really like try, like she didn't feel like we try to impress her because she is the girlfriend of one of our close friends. So she knew that he would probably have an answer when they first started dating, but she didn't feel like we would have an answer. But I looked at her and I was like, you know you're the girlfriend and you are a very serious girlfriend to my friend because they've been dating for 3-4 years now and they live together, and they moved cities together. So I told her, I was like, I try to really turn out the charismatic and funny side of me when she's around to like make her feel welcome and make sure she has a good time. And I really try to. And I don't know if this is me trying to impress her. Maybe it's like, oh, Aaron's like a cool guy, and um, he's a cool guy. I like to be around him, and Andrew's close to him, so I guess I try to impress her in that way. But she she looked at me and she looked at Zed. She said that Andrew's other friend group really treats her like shit. So it's a nice little change of pace that me and Zed try to like welcome in her, and we aren't mean to her, and you know, and that broke my heart. And of course, before anybody gets it twisted, every time Andrew's friend group, the other friend group pushes it too far with her, Andrew is very quick to snap on them, and he will choose her over them in a heartbeat. In which I think if you have a serious girlfriend like that, that should be the case. It's definitely the case with mine. I'm choosing my wife over my friends. I just am. You can say bros over hoes. That's a high school thing. My wife has been there for me through everything, and she knows me better than anyone. And I'm choosing her over anybody outside of my family. But other than that, anybody. But yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say. That was my weekend. We just, went shopping, and it was nice to chill out because the past couple of weeks I've done nothing but, put my nose to the grindstone. Just, you know, if I'm not doing my day job, I'm doing research for this, or I'm doing TikToks, or, you know, just all hours of my day is filled up with stuff. And it was nice to have a couple days of just no worries, just hanging out with my friends, getting married, and doing stuff with her. And, you know, it's back to the grind, but it was really, really nice. And I really, really needed to just sit back and just have a weekend to ourselves. It was really nice. It was really relaxing. But that's all I got to say. I appreciate if you tuned into this. um, I know this isn't regular, and I don't know. I appreciate if you listened to all of this. Of course, Jackie's got a sports show. You just tuned in to that sports show. Follow the Twitter, follow the TikTok, follow everything. I don't really care to plug anything right now. This is just kind of an episode for me. Um, news is going to be out tomorrow. Prediction is going to be out on Thursday. Back on the grind, back getting it. We're going to make it. Guarantee that. I love y'all. Like I said, Jackie's got a sports show. You just tuned in to that sports show.